What's up, Freedom fans, and welcome to pregame here at UC Health Stadium. Aaron Brodie standing alongside last night's ninth-inning hero, Mercurio. Freedom winning at 5-4 in walk-off fashion over the Schaumburg Boomers, but they wouldn't have if not for this man right here. Andre, before we even get to the actual at-bat, you had the day off yesterday, first day off of the season. Dennis comes to you in that spot, 1 out, bases loaded. What was that moment like when he came to you and told you that you were going to be stepping in and pinch hitting in the biggest spot of the ballgame? Yeah,
it's kind of funny. Earlier in the day, me and Skip were texting back and forth, kind of talking about how I was feeling, and he said, you're not going to play today. Will you be ready to, get a game-winning pinch hit? And I texted back. I said, yeah. I said, absolutely. So it's funny how it actually worked out. The situation ended up being perfect, and Skip told me to be ready, and I had my stuff all ready from, before the game, and just rolled right into it.
The prophetic message from Dennis Pelfrey, never a bad thing. So let's get to the actual at-bat now. You didn't see that many pitches. It was just a couple before you won the game for Florence, but what was your plan of attack with the bases loaded and less than 2 outs?
Yeah, initially I wanted to look to jump on something early with runners in scoring position, and then I kind of, centered myself and was like, all right, take the at-bat, slow down, find a pitch that's yours, find a pitch that's elevated, because, all I had to do was really hit a sac fly.
Right.
So I was just trying to find a pitch that was elevated and stay in the middle of the field. The first pitch was, I think it was a fastball away, and then another fastball that he called for a strike on the second pitch, and then he threw, I think it was another fastball that was a little bit more middle, what I was looking for, and just kind of stayed through the middle of the field, and just kind of stayed committed to that plan, and did my best to slow the game down in a time where it's really, really easy to let the game speed up on you.
Absolutely. You had 8.5 innings, thinking that you had the day off. What's that like mentally? How do you prepare yourself to be ready in that moment?
Yeah, it's tough. Sometimes it's almost harder than, not harder, but a little bit more nerve-wracking than when you are in the lineup. You're a little bit more acclimated to the game. But it was actually kind of fun in the dugout. When it got later in the game, the 7th, 8th inning, when potentially I might come in and pinch hit, I kind of visualized getting the game-winning hit just one time, and then made sure my stuff was organized. And for me, that's enough. I made sure my stuff was organized. I visualized it one time, and I had a plan. And for me, that was enough.
The team is rolling right now. On the heels of that 10-game losing streak, you guys have now won 7 of your last 10, including 4 in a row. Kind of compare and contrast the mentality in the locker room right now versus just a week or so ago when you're in the midst of that 10-game losing streak. I imagine it's a very different atmosphere in the clubhouse right now.
Yeah, it is. Pelf really tries to kind of keep the clubhouse the same. And it was the same for the first few losses of that losing streak, but once it got to, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we definitely started to kind of slow down in the clubhouse, and people started to get kind of anxious, and nerves just start to run a little bit high, and people's attitude starts to go down a little bit, which is totally normal, of course. But right now, I think we kind of understood even in that losing streak that we are a dangerous team, and a lot of times it was 1, 2, 3 run ball game. It was maybe one hit or one error that we kind of we missed that opportunity, but lately we've just been doing our best to stick with the approach, and the ball's just kind of been bouncing our way. So
fantastic. Well, we're getting close to first pitch here. One last question for you before I let you join the rest of your teammates in the dugout. What is your mentality tonight? You're not in the lineup. It's another night off, but you got to be prepared potentially to pinch hit again late.
Yeah.
What's going on with that? What can you tell us about the injury you have as well?
Yeah, sort of the same situation as yesterday in terms of the pinch hit type deal. I'll definitely be ready. Just getting hit by a few pitches in the same spot, and it's just a lot of swelling right in the knee, so I have very, very limited range of motion because there's so much swelling there. So we're kind of just waiting for that swelling to go down so I can get some more range of motion and actually move the knee. The hitting isn't too painful, but it's just the running thing, having to bend my knees like that. It's been kind of painful because all that swelling. So Tim's doing a good job, our trainer, trying to get some of that swelling out of there, and a few pills and exercises and that kind of thing. So we're hoping to be in the lineup tomorrow, but if not, I'm sure by the start of next week for sure.
We'll all hope for it. Thank you very much for your time, Andre. I appreciate that, and good work last night. That is last night's hero, Mercurio, with the base hit to win the ball game 5-4 in the bottom of the 9th. Game 2 tonight, and part 2 of the rematch of last year's 2017 Frontier League Championship Series, getting started at 6:05. You can listen live at FlorenceFreedom.com.